Welcome everyone to Pollinator Garden Fun. This is Lori and I garden in upstate New York in Zone 5A. And here's what's going on in my garden this week in late July. Here is beebalm, a pollinator favorite, that's for sure. And now my hydrangea is in bloom. This is a strawberry sundae, and these blooms will get pink tinge later in the season. But I'm going to show you a snippet of what we saw outside our window having breakfast. It's a little hummingbird. They do love the bee balm. This was a fun surprise to see with the morning coffee. And moving on to the liatris. This was actually from last week when it was really in full bloom, and I wanted to tuck it in here so that you could see how pretty it was. The blooms aren't super long lasting on these, but boy, the bees love them. There's just been so many bees this year, which is absolutely fantastic. And now my other balloon flower. This is the pink balloon flower. I had obviously just watered here, but I thought it makes the blooms look even prettier. And here's a close-up of the hydrangea. This hydrangea is probably, I would say, 8 years old. It was one of the first plants that I put in this front garden bed, and I got it as a very small 1-year-old twig almost, and it's quite large now. And the black-eyed Susan's in front of it. This is a nice combo. And here is on the other side with more black-eyed Susans and lots of coneflowers. Again, these coneflowers are all the same kind, which was the Cheyenne Spirit, but they all were morphing. But the black-eyed Susans, they spread quite a bit. I had one plant, and everything else I have in my garden is from that one plant. And here's some close-ups of the bees enjoying the coneflowers. Lots and lots of bumblebees. And moving on to the back garden, this is a nice shot of the Shastas, the liatris, and the Stokes aster or Stokesia all blooming together. The asters are a little faded right now, but boy, they're so pretty. And the pollinators love those as well, especially the little teeny tiny bees. These always had little teeny tiny insects on them, and I'll get a close-up of one of those for you. You can see right here, a little tiny bee. Bees of all sizes in the garden this year. And going through behind this garden, there's a little pathway that goes through, which gets pretty overgrown at this time of year, but there's some slate stones in here I can kind of pick my way through. I never worry about getting stung. The bees really, they just aren't interested in me. They want to get the pollen. So they just do their own thing, and I can walk through and weed, and they never seem to mind. So now I'm just going to give you a little interlude of all of the pollinators and bees and birds I've been seeing in the yard. Well, that's it this week, everybody. Have a great weekend and comment below with what you're seeing in your garden. Bye.